You're sitting at a crowded holiday table. Maybe it belongs to a friend or a partner. You're watching their family laugh, talk loudly, and bicker over minor things. And as you sit there, watching them, you realize you no longer have this. Eventually, someone leans over and asks the question you've been dreading. So, where is your family today? You force a polite smile and give a vague answer. You tell them your family couldn't make it, or that everyone is just busy. You lie, because the real truth takes far too long to explain, and it makes people incredibly uncomfortable. You are sitting with the heavy, silent weight of a decision that most of society will never fully understand. A choice that the world has already decided is probably your fault. We live in a culture that obsesses over the idea of unconditional family loyalty. We're told from birth that blood is thicker than water. Because of this, when someone makes the massive decision to cut off their own family, society immediately assumes they're selfish, cold, or just ungrateful. But the people who judge you don't know the full story. What the world fundamentally misunderstands about family estrangement is this: the people who cut off their families are almost never the ones who gave up easily. They're the ones who tried the longest. Think about what it actually took to get you to this point. You likely spent years driving hours for holidays, just to sit at a table where you felt completely invisible. You were constantly surrounded by people, yet completely unseen. Every conversation somehow turned into a critique of what you hadn't achieved, or why the real version of you simply wasn't good enough. Yet you kept going back. You kept showing up because leaving felt like a profound betrayal. When you finally stopped going, society assumed there must have been a massive movie-style explosion. But science tells a completely different story. Dr. Carl Pillemer, a researcher at Cornell University, spent years studying family estrangement. His findings shatter our cultural assumptions. He discovered that cutting off a parent or sibling is almost never the result of one big fight. It's a slow, agonizing erosion. It's the result of years of trying, years of apologies that never came, boundaries that were constantly violated, and conversations that went absolutely nowhere. You didn't walk away because you stopped caring. You walked away because the psychological cost of staying finally became higher than the cost of leaving. Psychologists call the root of this emotional invalidation. When the exact people who are biologically supposed to keep you safe consistently dismiss your feelings, it alters your nervous system. It's like a slow drip from a leaky ceiling that eventually rots the entire floor. You learn that your needs are an inconvenience, and that love in your house is entirely conditional. This is why the aftermath of cutting them off is so complicated. People assume you just walk away and feel fine. The reality, you mourn. You mourn over and over. You're not mourning the family you had. You're mourning the family you deserved, but never got. And the cruelest part is the guilt. You wonder if you should have just tried harder or needed less. But that guilt is actually your greatest validation. People who are truly cold don't feel guilt. That guilt proves you had a massive capacity for love. It just didn't have a safe place to land. If you were someone who had to walk away from your family, you need to hear this clearly. Surviving a toxic environment is not noble. It's just surviving. You're allowed to want more for your life than simply surviving the people who raised you. Choosing to cut the cord is not taking the easy way out. It's choosing one kind of pain over another. And sometimes, choosing your own peace is the most quietly devastating, fiercely protective thing a human being can do. If this hit home for you, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to Mind Nest. Let me know in the comments if you've ever had to make this impossible choice. I'll see you in the next one.